Well, I thought we played a really clean match offensively, especially, and did a great job. And I thought Seton Hall's statistically a very good passing team, and we talked to the team about that. And I thought we disrupted them with our serve and kind of neutralized their offense. So, and I loved that a lot of players got to get some significant playing time, and I thought people did a great job, and I thought our level continued to be high as we subbed some players in.
Questions for anybody?
To the point of the attack and the efficiency, you guys hit 400 through 2 games. It felt like Keanu's slide was inevitable. What all does it take to get to that point where it feels like the offense is inevitable?
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts with the pass. Our passers did a great job today putting Kendra up on the net. And then when they do that, like the blockers have to hold with her, so then it usually gives me like one blocker behind, which makes my job a lot easier, and Kendra's balls were right where I needed them, so it was great.
And you hit 765. Is that a career high for you? How does that feel, just hearing that number?
Yeah, I mean, it's great, but I think it kind of goes back to the whole team, because I can't do that without the passers passing well, and Kendra giving me great balls, so I credit it to my teammates. But
I can tell you when we said that in the locker room, she winced. Yeah, does not like it to be about her.
I know not having Nora has been reality for a few weeks now. What does a dominant win like this do for you guys and the version of this team that is going to be without Nora?
I mean, I think we've been talking a lot about depth, and today, like especially that showed, because like no matter who's in, like we were still staying on top and playing really clean volleyball, and so that says a lot about like our whole team.
How important is it to continue to have such depth with your team, and how has everybody kind of evolved to like fill the gaps where you need them?
Well, even this weekend we kind of adjusted our lineup in some different ways. So, I think we're a work in progress. And the fact is, these guys know this, a lot of people are performing in practice. And so, as a coach, you're saying, on one hand, the balance of a consistency of a lineup is really important so they get comfortable with each other. But the flip side is giving players opportunities that are earning it. Or, we've been bit by the injury situation in the NCAA tournament the last 2 years. So trying to be prepared if the unfortunate were to happen. So it's a balance. I think the good thing is that these guys, if they get taken out, are excited for their teammates, which is a pretty nice situation for a coach that, I think people want first and foremost to win, and then B, whatever role they have or whatever they need to do, they'll do it, which is, not always the case.
How would you say, for any of you, you three up there, how would you say you guys have bounced back from last weekend? I know playing Xavier was probably a little rough to come off of. How would you say you guys have responded from that?
I think we had a great week of practice. We kept mentioning like our energy, and we just came in and really showed like that we're not happy with what happened, and we're gonna move on, and we're just gonna keep continuing to get better, and to make sure like something like that doesn't happen again.
To that point, dating back to the Minnesota win, it feels like this team without Nora has found some sort of remedy at least without her, not just to survive without her, but to relatively thrive. What's been behind that?
Again, I think it's just people stepping up. I think, Ava was primarily playing 3 rotations, and she's done a great job of carrying that load. Destiny was someone that was doing a lot of great things in practice and didn't get a lot of playing time, and she stepped up and filled that role. So I think you're seeing that with players over and over. Kiana's carrying probably more load than she was carrying. One of the things Kendra said is, I've had to learn that I don't have just the bailout, right? Like Nora sometimes would just bail us out a little bit. Now she's looking to other people to maybe bail us out at different times. So this is going to bode well long term for us. But I'm really proud of them that we didn't skip a beat. I think we all have empathy for Nora and our team because we all love Nora, right? But it wasn't an issue of like, oh no. I think we all know we're a good team. We're not a singular team. We're not one player driven. It's a team. And backing up what Ava said, I think Saturday night's loss angered us and drove them, and I was really impressed with how they came in and worked this week to get better.